You call us, Judge? Beverly?
Citizen.
Okay.
Mr. Citizen, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
On March 3rd, 2025, officers responded to a possible intoxicated driver at 5696 block of Beachneck Street in Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, the officer made contact with the defendant on scene, and the officer stated, while he was waiting at a red light, he observed a vehicle run through the red light. The officer got behind the vehicle and ran the license plate to make sure that it wasn't stolen. The vehicle swerved into the officer's lanes and almost struck the patrol vehicle. The officer then observed the vehicle swerve in and out of its lane, and a traffic stop was initiated. The officer made contact with the defendant, who was the driver, and identified him by his Texas ID card. The officer observed an odor of an alcoholic beverage, watery, bloodshot eyes, and slurred speech. The defendant was detained and refused to answer any questions, including SMSTs. The officer attempted to read the DIC, but the defendant would not let him finish and refused. A blood warrant was signed.
Okay. Mr. Citizen, I'm going to find there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. So you said he had an ID. Does he not have a
Yes,
Texas
he does
driver
not have a
license?
driver's license.
And Mr. Citizen, you are not allowed to drive. I am making that a condition of your bond. If I find that you drive, it's really not going to go well for you. Unless you have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, you're not allowed to drive. Can you look to see any prior DWIs, please?
There's no prior DWI.
So I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol and any kind of illegal drugs, likewise, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'll have you go to Ramona, sign a reset. You will get with Felicia your bond conditions, and then after that, you'll be free to go. I'm going to have you sign an affidavit promising you're not going to drive unless you have a Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. You understand?
Both, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I just ran him right now. He was suspended as of February 12th, 2025 for no liability insurance.
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
getting
I
into discussion with you. I'm
I
just,
saw it next time I go.
she has access to the DPS database for licenses. They're telling me it's not eligible. So until I see differently, then you just can't drive.
I'm
You
saying,
understand? So I'll have you sign this affidavit promising us you're not going to drive. I will have you get to Ramona, sign a reset, and then we'll get you out of here. Okay?
Sorry.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Judge.
Is this Mr.
This is Mr. Maurice Charleston. This is Mr. Order.
Gentlemen, both of you are, shh. Gentlemen, both of you are charged with criminal cases. You've worked out an agreement to end these cases here. You both need to understand that there are serious consequences with what you're doing today. Mr. Maurice, you are charged with evading arrest or detention. This is an enhanceable offense, meaning that if you ever run from the cops again, you will be looking at a felony charge, years instead of days. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The kind of agreement you've worked out, this will end up as a conviction on your record. You're pleading to 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. Both of you give up many rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you gentlemen are not citizens of the United States, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you are stuck with us. With you, sir, it will go on your record, the evading arrest. Mr. Orta, you are charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. The agreement that you've worked out is a 6-month deferred. This is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But you can't tell people it was dismissed. It doesn't get dismissed. You merely do the probation. If you complete it successfully, no conviction. Big difference. You understand?
Yes, sir.
For you to complete it successfully, you must do a gun safety class. No drugs, no alcohol, random urinalysis, 10 hours of community service, and forfeiture of the weapon. This is how you understand it, sir. How do you plead to the offense, Mr. Maurice? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I will send you to 3 days in jail, give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. If it's enhanced, it'll be abandoned. Good luck to you, sir. Mr. Orta, how do you plead to the unlawful carrying of a weapon? I'm not going to find you guilty. I will withhold that for 6 months. I'll make you a deal. If you do well, If you test negative and if you're nice to everybody, if you get your classes done quick, I'll take you off in half the time. So you could literally be done with this thing in 3 months if you really kick butt, work hard, do well, and most of all, just be nice to everybody. You can do that, you'll be out quick. Can you get it done?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck, you man. Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Chief Clerk.
Mr. Maurice?
How you doing, Your Honor? Ms. Lee. Ms. Lee, you were charged with theft. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have
I'd
an,
like to take notes.
sure.
You said theft, 1 year in jail,
You're facing up to a year in jail
up to 1 year,
and or a $4,000 fine.
and or a $4,000 fine. Proceed.
We're going to do probable cause.
I don't even remember what that meant. I haven't been to court since 2006.
We're going to see whether there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case or not.
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney appointed to you if you cannot afford one. You ready?
What do you call that attorney that's
Court appointed lawyer.
pro bono? Proceed.
Judge, do you mind giving me a cause number? It's not appearing on my docket.
I have,
Man, please.
oh,
A certain process we follow. I don't want you to engage with them.
I was just,
It's okay. 255. 4005.
So 255-4005?
Correct. And go kind of slow because she's taking notes.
Yes. On March 2nd, 2025, at approximately 2:30, officers were dispatched to a theft at Memorial City Mall at Macy's. Upon arrival, the officer spoke with the complainant, who stated he noticed the defendant conceal a tester of perfumes in her bra. And then a different associate also noticed and asked the defendant to put the perfume back. The defendant did give the perfume back to the associate. Once the associate walked away, the complainant observed the defendant pick up the same perfume and conceal it in her bra, and then later put it in her purse.
I didn't, in this,
The defendant walked past all points of sale without paying for the merchandise. The complainant stated that 4 tester perfumes were seen being concealed on CCTV footage, and 4, Your Honor. And another 4 were located on the defendant once she was apprehended by a supervisor and the complainant. The total value was $1,321. The defendant admitted to the officer that she did steal the perfume and that she tried to exit the store before she was apprehended.
Okay, what store are we talking about?
This is at Macy's at Memorial City Mall.
Okay. Ms. Lee, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to any Macy's and not to go back to Memorial City Mall.
have already informed me that,
If I find that you go back to the mall, if I find that you go to any Macy's, I will revoke your bond. I will put you in jail.
Okay.
Please do not pick up any new cases. Likewise, if I find that you pick up a new case, it's not going to go well. Would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, ma'am?
I would, sir.
Okay. So Deputy Miranda is going to give you an application for a lawyer. I need you to fill it out for me. I will have you go to Ramona, sign a reset, and then we'll just have you take a seat wherever you'd like. And then just please fill it out. And when you're done, you can bring it back to us.
Officer Fleischer, I know you did mention that anything I said will be held against me. May I please say something?
Please don't. Let me give you a lawyer first. You tell the lawyer, and if it's
Okay.
appropriate, then they
Okay.
can tell me.
That's-
Okay?
Okay.
But I really don't want you because, but you can tell the lawyer.
I'm sick. I got a liver disease and I can't go to jail.
No one's going to jail today.
No, I mean, I wouldn't live there. I'm not gonna make it. I have too many health issues, but
Don't worry, man.
thank you so much, Your
We're
Honor.
here to help.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
It's gonna be a reset?
Well, I'll have you talk to the lawyer, but most likely it'll be reset.